Guys, today is a story time, and this might get taken down, but I'm going to do my best to edit this so that not all audiences can watch this. Be 18 and 18-year-old or plus, whatever. But today was supposed to be a simple day, and so pretty much what wound up happening is I just sort of played Roku the whole day, and then I went driving a little bit, trying to get my permit. Not my permit, my license. And so on the drive back, my buddy of mine wanted to go driving. So he's like, "Hey, you want to go do something?" I'm like, "Sure." So we go, we get dinner. And as we're leaving, he's like, "Yo, what do you really want to do?" And then I'm like, "Let's go to like some really scary place. Let's do something stupid because it's free." And so we're like, "Nah, that's just too much. The drive time, whatever. We're worried about money." And so the thing was, I'm like, "How about we just go to a strip club?" And then we're like, "Yo, let's totally do it." We're on some white people shit. And we're like, "All right, let's do this." We're being ourselves. And so we're like, the whole time we're just really excited. We just get there. I have my card on me, so if I have to use my card, there's like using like a charge fee for using your card. It's like $10. I got $70 or something like that, $60 or whatever. But it cost me money to use my card, so it's like the ATM thinks none of us really had cash. I had 20 and he had 30. I had like, like around like $22 and some change, but no strippers. I don't want that. And so, we get there and we have to go. It's a members only club, so we had to become members. And so we went through this small process. We signed this waiver saying that like we wouldn't break any of the rules or code or whatever. Make sure we were dressed to code, because the thing was, I was wearing my glasses, my Ray-Bans, and so, they're like, "You can't wear sunglasses." I'm like, "Oh." Here I am having to carry my sunglasses around with me every time, and so it's like, I don't want to leave it at the table and have it get taken or whatever. But the way it's set up is you just sort of walk in. There's this sort of like desk area, your admission area, and there's like this scanners. You go through it, and it makes this clicking sound, and then you just walk through, and it scans for any metal. You're supposed to empty your pockets out. No knives or weapons, and knowing me, I might actually have something on me. But at that time I didn't, so I just sort of took my phone out, my IDs, and my ID, and went on. And so to verify I'm 20, so I'm not 21, so I'm not able to buy alcohol. But they don't serve alcohol, which is something pretty cool. And so, okay, so anyway, so we go in there and like we don't even know what we're doing. We've never been to a strip club before, and so none of us really know the lingo or know the process or anything like that. And so, I'm just like, let's do this. And so we get onto the main floor. There's this chick, she's dancing, and she's fully nude. And we just see this guy waltzed up to her, and then he threw, I think it was $70 in the air. She did some stuff for him. And so this girl came over and asked us, if we wanted to dance, and me knowing me, I immediately wanted to say yes, but I was kind of concerned about the price, so I'm like, not right now, And so I'm an idiot. I brought my card instead of cash, and so it's like, and we should have pre-planned a little bit. But yeah, no, it was really amazing. It was a great experience. You know, the whole rules, you're not allowed to touch the girls, but you know, they're allowed to touch you. And they will, when you get a dance or whatever. And just be a little bit generous, and you know, you get some good stuff in return for that. So, yeah, that was really awesome. It was an amazing experience. Let me tell you. I'm not going to describe it in detail. I don't want to truly age restrict this, but due to the sheer context of what I'm talking about, I'm going to age restrict it anyway. That's my decision, not YouTube's. Because I immediately understand what I'm, you know, talking about here. Yeah, no, man. I know it is an experience. Let me tell you what. It is an expensive one, though. I will say that. You at least need $200. I mean, that's just, you know, bringing $200 with you. At least bring $30, you know, for
No problem for me.
bring at least $230 at least, because you know you might want to throw and bring some ones too, because you bring at least $20 in ones, because you might want to make it rain a little bit. But yeah, no, we didn't do anything that crazy out there. So me and my buddy, I paid for him to dance and me a dance, and so yeah, we did that, and then I got another dance. And the second one was with a different girl, and she was amazing. It was an experience, let me tell you something. And so I mean, you know, I wish I had known a little bit more, because like I said, I had to like literally, so the way they have it set up is there's like your main area with all your seats and stuff, and there's like this really small like stage, probably like it's like at least like, I don't know, 9 square foot, or like 6 square foot wide, you know, 6 by 6. Yeah, it's about like 6 by 6, maybe 6.5 by 6.5. And I know a lot about that because I work at a hardware store, so I'm kind of used to the whole spacing stuff out. And just think about the work tiles, you know, 12 inches is a foot, so every tile is 12 inches. So if I'm thinking about the tiles, it's probably around, like I said, like 6.5 by 6.5, maybe a bit bigger than that actually. One thing about me, I'm 6'1", so I don't know. It was pretty small. It was big enough for one stripper, and so, you know, and had this little mini bar thing or whatever, but they didn't serve alcohol. And so, yeah, no, what's really cool about it is we give you this card, and it says the next time's on us, and so it's basically you get a free one-time lap dance for I think 15 minutes or so. And you know, next time I go, I'm bringing it with me. And so I had to become a member, so I had to sign, like I said, a waiver and stuff like that. But it was really cool. And they do events and stuff like that every week. So definitely an experience. If you have not done that yet, I really encourage people around my age, around 20 or so, just do it at least once. Just to say you've had that experience. It was kind of crazy expensive. I probably spent like over, I spent like over $100 there with my card, and so I spent more than what I should have spent. But I'm kind of upset because I got my first car at BMW. I'm 13 grand in debt, and I had to pay it off. So I didn't want to go too crazy, but I definitely could have done a lot more irresponsible spending. But you know, so me and my buddy were joking. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go get a full-time job, and I'm just gonna use everything I earned to waste away at this club, at this gentleman's club. And so I don't know. It was an experience. Like I went there about like less than an hour ago. What is it? 12 now? It's going on 12. It's going on 1. Holy fuck. So that was a few hours ago, man. I'm still like seeing everything. Every time I close my eyes, I see the main floor. It's an experience. I'll tell you that. It's an experience. It was very like I was very nervous because it's like I've never done that before, and like they have it set up kind of like a casino, so the guys would just throw all these dollars at like the main stage area. Then this guy would come up and he would come back with like this thing that would gather. It's like a rake almost. It gathered money, and he would just sort of rake away all this cash. And I don't know where in the hell he was taking it. It kind of reminded me of like a casino kind of thing. It was set up like a casino. And so what they have is like the main stage area, and you walk down, and like there are these two like staircases that lead upstairs, and the stairs like lead around like this upper balcony area. That area has a bunch of like little booths, and those are where you get your private dances. And so they were very comfortable seating too. Those booths are amazing. It's like genuine leather and stuff. And so I'm just sitting in there with my Hawaiian shirt on, and I'm just having the time of my life. Yeah, it was just like so, I don't know, so strange to me. And me and my friend, we're not broke. I mean, like, okay, broke is broke, but like, I have no money to spend. I'm not gonna be an idiot. I was an idiot today, and I gotta be smart with my money. Yeah, no, I definitely like it. It was a fun experience. We drove there. It was like 14 minutes away, if that. Yeah, no, it was definitely an amazing experience. I will say this, though. They can be a bit pushy. Like, yeah, it's very expensive. You can actually very easily lose money. I do not recommend taking drinks. Do not drink while in one of those things, because you might easily do something that sounds good if you weren't sober. And so, I'm 20, I'm not old enough to actually drink. But I don't know, I mean, it was an experience, guys, so I'm just gonna go to warn you guys. If you do plan on going, if you're gonna go, plan it before you do it. If you had not planned it, if you're doing it spur of the moment, and you're not really smart with it, so see, here's the thing. You know, they don't want you taking pictures or anything like that. And so it's like, alright, yeah, I get that. So they really just don't want you on your phone. They just don't want your phone out. That's their big thing. They just don't want you using your phone. And so, you know, I have a mobile app for my banking, so I'm like, alright, before I start spending 90 bucks on one girl, why not I just go ahead and look at, see, you know, how much money I actually do have to spend without going too crazy, because I'm trying to, you know, save up my money. And my mom's, so, yeah, no, we got home, and my mom's like, well, what did you guys go do? You know, I got home at around, like, 10, like, I'd say around, like, 10, 15, like, we left the Mexican restaurant at, like, 8:40 something. We were there for, like, at least 2 hours staring at, like, naked women. And, you know, I threw, like, $5 at the stage, you know, 'cause here's the thing. I'm just gonna go to warn you guys this. I've never been to a strip club before this, but I do know one thing is if you're gonna sit, like, in the front row area, don't sit there and not tip. Because you're taking up space for people that will. And so, you know, we weren't tipping for the longest time. We were getting some dirty looks from some of the security guys, and, you know, we were being watched a lot. You know, you get this feeling because you got security guys, at least 2 of them, upstairs looking down, and, you know, they'll peek in the curtains to make sure you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing. And every booth had, like, this camera up in the corner on the ceiling, and it was, like, directed kind of so that, you know, you can kind of see what's going on. But yeah, no, yeah, no, that's my first time experience, so I can say I've done that. That's part of my bucket list done. yeah, it was an experience. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, let's just be done with the battle. No. Let's see how far we can get, because like it's like what, 5 more tiers to the end of the battle pass. All right, yeah, no. So, you know, it was definitely an experience. Kind of the real interesting part was they have in-house currency and other things, and so, you know, I mean, like, they played some good music. And here's one thing I will say is I kind of wish that they would like turn it down like 3 volume things, because at least take off like the bass boomer things or whatever, because it was really loud. So girls would just ask me stuff and I'd have this real awkward look on my face and I'd be like, yeah, because I couldn't really hear what they were saying. And so I don't know, it made communication with them really awkward. But yeah, no, the music was a bit loud. Apart from that, really, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a grandpa either. Like, I get it. You want to like boost the shit out of your like music and stuff like that. They made one hell of a show, but like, you know, when they're asking me, like, I'm asking them prices and stuff like that for what can I get for this or what can I get for that, and you know, because we're kind of on a like budget, a big budget, because it's like, yeah, we have money to spend, but it's like I don't want to spend all my money here. Because I just got paid, like, yesterday. No, I got paid today. I got paid today. Today I got paid, and I just wasted most of my paycheck. And so that was kind of disappointing to me. Oh, and, yeah, the women there, they had, like, this lotion all over their skin, and it smelled really good, and now my clothes smell like stripper, and I'm like... Ah, it smells so fucking good. Yeah, so I was wearing this Hawaiian shirt, so I would just take it off and I used to sniff it every once in a while. Like, it is a lingering smell, so... I will say this, do not wear your nicest clothes. Wear something that's acceptable. But don't wear, like, trash either. You don't want to ruin your nice clothes. But next time I go, I'm going to try to do the VIP thing. Go in that VIP room and see what it's all about. But yeah, no, guys. I mean, it was pretty nervous, because all I was doing was just sitting around and watching. Like, I don't know why, but I just got this sense that I was being watched by, like, everybody. I don't know if it's, like, my paranoid personality, but, like, every guard would peer over, the main dancer would, like, make direct eye contact with me, vice versa. And so it just felt, like, really awkward. But, like, but, yeah, no, I went with a friend, so, I mean, like, it was kind of cool. And so, I don't know, I'm like, and the lady, you know, sort of walked us up there, and then she said which one, because I paid for his, and I paid for mine, and so, she said, you know, which one's first, and I just straight up said, me. I just didn't even have a chance to say anything, and so they just took me in there, and then she just sort of took everything off, like, everything off, and so... No, yeah, it was, it's a different experience. It really was. It was, I think it was one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. Yeah, no, man, admission fee was like $5 to get in. And then it's like, you know, you're spending so much money, $5 to get in. And before you're like, well, that's just $5. Yeah, well, private dances goes anywhere from like 25 to like $70. Depending on how much time and depending if they're wearing anything or not. And then yeah. Well, I'm not gonna get into too much detail because I don't want this YouTube video getting taken down. But yeah, I know, dude, it was a complete experience. Comment in the comment sections below if you guys have ever done that, and if so, what was your experience like? Well, maybe sort of don't go in detail or don't explain away things because your comment might be taken down or whatever. Oh, and if you go on my videos, there are random accounts sending links to OnlyFans accounts. Do not click on those. I don't know why. I'm about to start removing those comments out of my comment section, guys. Don't trust any link. I do not recommend to click on any link that I have not linked in my description section. Do not click on any link that I have not, personally linked onto my videos, because I don't really know what those take you to, or what kind of, because here's the thing about the internet, those are full of scams and stuff like that, and I get OnlyFans is a very reputable website, but again, it's the same issue that I have with like strip clubs and casinos. They're out for your money, and they're gonna like suck you dry for every ounce, every penny that you got. And to sort of come in there with a budget. And so here's my tip, okay, if you guys are gonna go for the first time. Plan a budget. At least go in there with $200 cash and tens and fives and ones. At least have $30 in ones, because that gives you cash to throw around. That's like fuck you money. And then like the tens and fives are sort of just for your private dances or services, because 10 and 5, two tens equal, or two fives equal a 10, two tens equal a 20. That's easy math, so you can spend it knowing what you're buying. So that's a tip. So I'd at least go in there with $30 in ones, and then the rest are in tens and fives, maybe 20s. Because you can handle your 420s, and that's like $100, and you can get a lot of things for that. But that's what I recommend doing. Go in there with like a planned amount, and if you're bringing friends, have them bring extra money, and then whoever's driving, pay them the gas money or whatever. Whoever's car you're going in. But if you have a buddy, at least bring an extra $25 for spotting cash. Usually bring that in like fives. So if he needs an extra 5 or vice versa, or whether you can break it or whatever, do whatever you have to do. Because they also had a cash register for in-house currency, and I don't know how that works, so don't take my word for that. And I know I was very terrified that I was going to have all my money just sort of taken away from me. I guess I'm going to open up the supply drop. I can either be done with the battle pass or open a supply drop. Oh, and if you do bring your card with you, make sure if you're gonna take any money out, at least take at least $120, or at least something insane like that. Because here's the thing, they're gonna charge you a $10 fee. If you get 120, that's at least $110 you have of just reckless spending, and you could use the rest to sort of pay back whatever you lost from your budget. And I would at least spend no more than like $40 per dance, because if you bring 200, that's at least 4 dances or something like that, maybe a little bit more, but because I think that's like 5 dances. Yeah, that's like 5 different dances, and that's a lot of that's a lot of entertainment right there. if you're not sitting in the front row. Usually they have the back rows or whatever, places where people go to sit that, you know. But if you're going to sit in the front row, definitely bring ones to tip the main dancer. Because nobody wants you just sitting there. Versus someone that comes in there with a lot of money, they want them sitting in the front row so they can tip the dancers. And that guy can come around with that weird rake thing to collect all the money. So yeah, no, those are my tips. And make sure not to get too crazy on drinking if you're a club that you frequent or are going to. If they serve alcohol, do not do more than at least 2 shots. If you do anything more than that, you might accidentally make dumb decisions when you're drunk. And depending on what it is you're drinking, be very smart. I don't even recommend drinking. Drink virgin drinks. Drink anything that just does not have alcohol in it. Because once you start getting buzzed a little bit, you might start making riskier decisions and just start being more reckless with your money. The next thing you know, you just spent more than what you came in there with, and then that's when it becomes a problem. It's just like drinking or anything else that just sort of reckless hobbies, we'll just call it that. It's expensive, and it gets expensive very fast. So just be smart, plan ahead, don't drink too much. Yeah, no. Alright guys, I'm going to end that. I'm going to end the stream, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this video, that not everybody can watch it, that it's a restricted video for certain audiences. And, you know, sort of do the right thing before I get my account banned again. So yeah, no, I mean, I've had to record videos and delete at least, I think, 3 streams, like, the day of streaming or whatever. So yeah, no, stay tuned. I'm getting back in a Roku in the rotation. I don't have a set schedule for anything. I just do things when I feel like it. It's a hobby to me. It's not a real career. And so for me, it's like if I can make money off of YouTube and off of the Marine, what's it called? If I can do like some sort of like Marine Corps reserves or just join the Marines or do whatever. And I can use that money and whatnot to just sort of make it and work a part-time job. Because I want to do the reserves because it's like, it's very limited in its extra payment, and I can work a part-time job and then do some freelancing work on the side, and then I'm making a lot of money, making a solid living. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.